And it's starting.
Yeah, we starting.
Welcome to Best Buddy Spookies, the TV show you didn't know you wanted, but it's the TV show you need right now.
Or the radio show.
Yeah,
Depending on whether you're watching us or you're fucking listening to us, whatever's safer for you to do.
As long as you're not driving and watching us on YouTube, then you might cause an accident.
Yeah, that driver in front of us when we were grabbing pizza earlier. That motherfucker was watching TikTok videos while his phone was mounted to his fucking windshield.
Sir, that man was on the hub.
Yeah.
He was on the hub.
Yeah, I saw a lot of skin.
Welcome to Best Buddy Spookies. We're gonna have a nice tame PG-13 episode. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be family friendly. Today we're talking about horror tropes in movies that we want to share our opinions on. So we're going to be talking about different horror tropes in movies that are kind of fun, kind of silly, kind of all over the place. I'm going to start off this PG-13 episode by saying, welcome, thank you for coming. Now let's fucking talk about these goddamn tropes. Let's talk about these tropes. My first trope, My first trope we need to talk about is falling in horror movies. Now, picture me, maybe 5'8". No, that's a little tall. 5'7", Caucasian woman. I'm a redhead. Now, imagine me running through a horror movie situation. Why is it that they always fall? Why is it that they always
tripping over some shit?
Now, see, the thing about the falling is when you see them fall in like an apartment or in the alley or something and there's nothing in front of them, I'm just like, come on, mama, get up. What the hell are you doing? Now, if you a clumsy person, I know a lot of clumsy people. Now, they have the exception. I feel bad for them because if you clumsy and a serial killer or a sucking off beast is chasing you and you just clumsy and you fall, then, I mean, that's the only exception. And I feel bad for clumsy people because they can't help it. If they're running away from a killer and fall, then that's it for them.
That's just what they're used to, is that clumsy falling.
Yeah, that's it for them. Like, I'm not a clumsy person. But if I'm clumsy and a creature, a Wendigo, skinwalker, a two-fisting demon is chasing me, and I fall because I'm clumsy, I'm not getting back up. Because if I'm clumsy and I fall, I'm just going to be like, well, shit. Well, he got me.
We're done.
He won this game fair and square. Then he's just going to come over and just, Lord knows what.
Who knows?
Lord knows, you know?
Yeah. You play spin the bottle and find out what happens to you.
Shit. I just feel the trope of running and tripping in horror movies is just hilarious to me. I love it. I mean, it's bad for them, especially when they trip and fall and the killer just rattle on top of their back and just start stabbing them 16 times. And I'm like, fuck, goddamn, get off her. Gee, get off her.
You've killed her.
I'm just looking at the screen screaming, get up! But falling in horror movies has always been one of those things where I'm just like, damn, that's a terrible way to go.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassing way to go.
Yeah.
Because
it's just like, what are you doing? You're just like, it's like you died on the toilet. And then they find you days later. You're like, oh.
Yeah, because it's like if you fallen, and sometimes they fall and then they look back to see if the kid, like, bitch, he's still chasing.
What are you looking back for?
What do you need to look back for? They fall and they look back like, they look at, like, bitch, he's still chasing. He's still sprinting at you at full speed. Bitch, get up and run.
Get out of there.
Because if my big ass falling, I'm not looking back. I know this motherfucker is still chasing me. So I'm not looking back. I'm tripping. I'm getting up. I'm cartwheeling forward to launch myself, and I'm running.
You ninja rolling.
Yeah, I'm ninja rolling because I know he's still behind me, trying to fucking stab me in the back or fucking
You think like he saw you trip and fall, and he's like, oh, maybe I should help you up.
yeah,
No,
like serial killer just or the monster just look at you and say, "Oh, let me give him. He tripped and fell. He's a little clumsy. Let me give him a 5 second head start." No,
no.
he's coming to stab you, yank you by that goddamn shirt down to the ground, or he's gonna grab your sweet yams.
He's gonna lengthen your butt crack.
Right?
He's gonna split you a little bit more.
Like I'm just saying, tripping in horror movies, it's the classic trope that I enjoy that's still goddamn silly. I I'm not falling. I'm just telling you
Yeah.
that right now. Unless he throwing like a wrench at my ankles to make me fall, I'm not falling. I'm too focused on saving my own life.
Yeah. Not sure as shit not gonna look back and be like, are you still there?
Yeah.
No shit, yeah.
Now a messed up situation, what if you running with a friend and then they fall? What do you do? And I'm talking this killer is sprinting, no breathing. He's just sprinting, knife in hand. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm gonna do my best and try and get you up, but
You gotta start getting up.
if he like a few meters away, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Maybe I'll throw one of my shoes as a distraction. Be like, here. And then okay, now hurry, get up.
I feel like if I'm running with somebody in a horror movie and they fall and I try and throw my shoe at him, he's just gonna pissed off. He gonna get pissed off and he gonna come at me and start just wrap his arm around my neck, start stabbing me in my back because I pissed him off.
Or he's gonna go full Jason on you and use you and swing you onto the other person like some sort of meat bat.
Probably. And he just gonna mutter under his breath, "You throw a shoe at me, you raggedy bitch." I'm just throwing that out there. Man, I couldn't be falling if I'm being chased.
Yeah, that's not how you want to go. That's not how you want to have that on your tombstone.
Now,
Died tripping.
Now, situation change, scenario change.
Okay, all right.
Now, if I'm in the woods and it's at nighttime, okay, I'm probably gonna trip over something.
Yeah, because you're not gonna see. The woods is dangerous.
Yeah, even if it's the daytime, I'm probably gonna trip over something. But if it's the nighttime and you being chased by one of them mythical skinwalkers or wendigos, yeah, I'm tripping over something.
Yeah.
And the fact is, if I fall in the woods, two things are gonna happen. I'm either gonna fall in the woods and try and scurry somewhere and hide, or I'm gonna fall in the woods and then that wendigo's gonna wear me like a skin suit. He's gonna wear me to his birthday party. What is your horror trope that you want to talk about? That you got something to say? We all ears.
Oh, probably the one that comes to mind is the whole music leading up to some crazy suspenseful moment.
Oh, you mean like the big drastic music change?
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily the music change, it's that musical buildup. Like something's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like someone's like, for example, like someone's like walking down a hallway, like they're looking for somebody in a doorway or like in a room, and they're slowly approaching the room, and the music's starting to build. Like oh shit, something's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing, more than just like the loud music change. I don't care for that one necessarily.
Not a fan of it. No.
It can be done well.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're building a jump scare, I almost feel like it's more effective to have no cues going into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like instead of having this musical buildup and then you're like expecting something, because then it's either gonna happen or they're gonna fake you out.
Yeah.
And then the person's gonna turn and then it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that whole thing, I feel like happens too much,
Too much.
and it's like the outcome. Either something happens or it's a fake out, and then something happens like right after it.
Yeah, that's usually how it works in horror movies with the music transition things.
Sometimes I feel like the music could almost like take a lot away from those movies. James Wan, after he did Saw, did Dead Silence. Ah, such a great movie. Such a great movie.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch that.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
but
shit.
like the whole premise of that one is because she was a ventriloquist, and like people are getting their tongues and shit ripped out.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's a wild ass movie.
They getting their tongues ripped out.
You gotta watch that shit.
Is she ripping out the tongues?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that bitch doing?
You gotta watch this shit.
Wait, so she's hold up. Wait a second. So she's a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
And she's ripping out people's tongues?
Well, it's her spirit. She's a ventriloquist who died because over some performance that she did.
Yeah.
Like some kid basically called her a fake. So something ended up happening to that kid. They thought it was her, almost like Freddy. She ended up dying, so now she's coming back for like all the kids of the families and shit like that. But yeah, that's how she gets them. And the giveaway, yeah, yeah, you gotta watch this one.
What?
Yeah, the thing that they do, like, so when she shows up, is everything goes like the movie, like the title of the movie, dead silent. There's no music. There's like only the noise of like the person. Like it's almost you can hear them breathing, and then you're like, oh shit. You're like, shit's about to go down.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So she was just ripping out everybody's tongues.
There's a caveat to it. It almost has like a nursery rhyme along with her name and stuff like that. You got to watch it. I don't want to spoil it.
It's called Dead Silence.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the poster where it's like this?
Yeah, and like it's the ventriloquist dummy.
That was on my list for a long time. Yeah. I never did get around to watching it.
It's a good movie. It's a good watch. It's a quick watch. I think it's like 90 minutes or less. Probably.
I didn't know James Wan made that.
Mm-hmm. It was his, I think it was his follow-up to Saw. Like he did Saw and then he did this, I think. All maybe right. He did Saw 1 and 2 and then he did this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah. That's my main trope, where it's just like it can be done well. Robert Eggers with The Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he's doing with his musics. But in other cases, it's like,
yeah, I feel it. I feel it. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. What do you got?
My other horror trope is it's always when characters get seduced in horror movies. Now, see, hear me out for a second.
I'm listening. We're all listening.
Fucking, I don't agree with, especially with the male characters, because sometimes there'll be an entity or a ghost or a spirit that seduces them in the middle of the movie, and the characters are just like, oh yeah, this is a crazy situation. People are being murdered, or people are missing, but I got time to bust some cheeks, and I'm just like, what? What are you saying? You got time for this right now? That's one of my pet peeves in horror movies, where it's an entity, a demon, or a spirit. They'll take on this seductive form and they'll try and seduce one of the members, one of the people of the movie, and be like, oh, come over here, or oh, come into the woods. And I'm just like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You trying to get some ass in the middle of the woods at night from a stranger you don't know? Hear me out.
I'm hitting them.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in that situation, I'm asking questions. If I'm in the middle of the woods and this is a horror movie setting, One of the group ends up missing. We haven't seen them for hours. That's unusual to us because they always check in. And then I see, you know, somebody in the woods, and it's like, oh, come trying to seduce me. The first thing I'm doing, I'm stiff arming the bitch, and I'm saying, hold up, what's going on? Who are you? And why are you coming on so strong? I'm all like, bitch, it is 2 a.m. We in the middle of the woods. My friend is missing. We also got a dead body here, and you trying to throw some ass? Why are you trying to give me cheeks at 2 a.m.? I don't even know you. Like, see, that's why I wouldn't get caught up in situations like that. Because you see in the movies just like, oh, the dude gets seduced by the demon, and then the demon like kill him or bite him, snap their neck or something. First thing I'm doing is asking questions. I'm like, first of all, who are you? What are you doing wandering around these woods? Why are you dressed like that? Why you got your ass hanging out? Why you coming on too strong, bitch? I'm all like, bitch, I am a man of the Lord. Why are you throwing ass at me? I don't know you. I don't want this. That's why I would survive.
Yeah,
That's why I would survive.
I would survive that because I'm married.
Yeah, like
Happily married, being like, "What the fuck are you? What are you doing here?"
Yeah, like it's those situations where it's just like, no, I'm not gonna, I'm not going into the woods with you to have a quick little bake off sale. The hell is
Yeah, like I'm trying to get out of the woods.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the
Trying to put
woods.
me back in there.
Shit, the bridge we came in is cut down. We got no way out, and you out here trying to trick people, throwing some ass.
Out here working the corner of the tree.
You out here working the corner of the tree. You should be ashamed of yourself. At least like take the form of something that's gonna be more convincing to me, like a dead loved one, my dead cat, Mr. Middens. Like, at least trick me. I don't want you throwing ass at me at 11 p.m. at night while we trying to find our buddy Steve, who left the group and is probably dead, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, I feel like if they're gonna take the shape of something, like they should take the shape of Steve.
Yeah.
If you took the shape of a dead loved one, like, no.
Oh yeah, that is true.
No, you give him no.
That is true. That is true.
No. Fuck off.
That
No.
is true.
I know you did.
That is true. Like I'm going back to the group and they're just like, oh, where were you at? We were still looking for Steve. And I'm gonna tell them I was looking for Steve too. But I saw this crazy bitch out there trying to throw ass against a tree.
Yeah.
And that didn't feel right to me. So I came back so I could find Steve.
Yeah, she offered calloused hand jobs, and I was like, no.
Just like she offered callous, dry hand jobs in the middle of the woods. And I said, thank you, ma'am, for finding me that attractive, but I'm going to have to respectfully decline. You look like you're too good to be true, and your hands look callous and dry as the Sahara Desert.
Look,
and I
like
don't
construction worker hands.
You look like
they haven't been using gloves,
right? You look like you got construction worker hands, and you've been working a 72-hour shift with no breaks. I don't want any part in that. No, thank you.
No,
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done. Simple sugar. I'm done. What's your other horror trope?
Oh, my other horror trope. Let's see. So I kind of I've toggled back and forth quite a bit on this one, on which one to bring here today. So
This evening.
I think I'm gonna go with the whole splitting up to go do some shit.
Like Scooby in the gang.
Yeah. And it's not even necessarily just like the Scooby that gets like, hey, you two go this way, and then we'll go this way.
Nope.
Like, that's not great. But it's like in these movies where it's like, hey, this killer is killing people. One at a time. When they're alone. Right? And somebody goes missing, and then your fucking 3 to 4 friends are like, hey, we'll split up and see if we can find this person. And we'll all go our separate ways to try to find somebody.
Right?
When there's a killer going around,
A strong ass killer.
going after lone individuals.
And has a kill death ratio that is 6-0.
Yeah. Like, where's the thought process in that? Where, like, it's a little bit better when you're like, hey, you three go this way and us two will go over here. And it's like, okay, at least you're like in a group session, but then, oh, one of them goes missing. Oh, I thought he was with you. They're right behind me. Oh
yeah.
what?
I feel that.
Where's the situational awareness when you're walking with somebody? Would you need to fucking flag football tag each other shit as you walk side by side?
I always found that funny. Now, if you split up into groups, okay, that's a little bit more safe.
Your chance of survival is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
If you go off wandering by yourself.
It's like when you have two people, you have a better chance to survive. It's like picture Barney with a bat. And someone said that Barney in the middle of the street with a bat is going to kill you. You're going to think, well, the chances are low, but that 1% Barney's going to come into my house with that bat and beat the shit out of me. That 1% is real. It's very high. Like, your chances of being killed by Barney is low. But
it's not never zero.
It's never zero. It's never zero. And I feel when they split up in a group and it's two of them, that situational awareness when y'all just walking and then you just notice somebody's gone. Nobody's that stealthy. Like, if I'm walking with somebody, I'm going to notice if they got snatched up by the fucking cheek grabber.
Or it's like when they have like two groups of two and they go separate and then they walk back together and then all of a sudden there's only three of them. And it's like, hey, where'd Jill go?
Like, how the fuck?
She was right behind me. I thought she was walking with me. How did you realize
lose Jill?
Yeah. How?
Especially if all you guys are talking and halfway through the conversation, Jill's just not a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to look around and say, Jill hasn't been talking for a while. Jill, where your quiet ass at?
Yeah, they're gonna look at you and be like, "Frank, were you monologuing again?"
Yeah,
and she just he's like, "I was talking quite a bit."
You're like, nobody gonna do that.
Yeah,
like, no. That it's a hard trope in movies where the whole split up thing. No. Let's not do that.
I always think of like Cabin in the Woods, where the stoners, he's just like, no, don't split up. We should stay together. And then, or like, I think it's Chris Evans. No, I think I said that wrong.
Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth,
yeah.
Where he's like, hey, we should stick together. And then the stoner's like, yeah, no, that's a good plan. We should stick together. And then they pump that gas in there and he goes, actually, I think we should split up. Yeah. And he's like, what?
Right?
What's going on here?
Just like, no. You never split up. Especially if it's a killer on the loose, this motherfucker has a kill death ratio of 7 and 0.
That motherfucker's walking around with an aimbot.
Yeah, like
just taking people out, like one-shotting motherfuckers.
Like if I'm in a group of 10 friends and 4 of them taken out, dead. The last thing gonna be on my mind is like, hey everybody, this guy just killed 4 of our friends effortlessly with no sweat at all. Maybe we should split up and find them. I'm gonna be like, hell no, we need to stick together, walk around in a circle.
I was like, if you say we're gonna split up, I'm going home.
Yeah, like I'm
just going home.
He just killed, out of 10 people, he just killed 4.
Yeah, or if we're at the house, I'm going to Denny's. They're open 24 hours.
Yeah, if we in the house and the killer already killed 4 friends in the house, I'm leaving the house. I'm burning the house down.
Yeah, but, like,
I'm burning it down.
you're either in there or not. But I'm like, I'm at least taking a shot here.
Yeah, I'm burning it down.
Yeah.
Like, like, like I'm burning that bitch down.
Yeah.
It's horror tropes where I'm just like, okay, we need to change something. We need to change something up. But it all depends.
It does.
If it's a killer, a human being, okay, we got some wiggle room. We could probably beat his ass. But if we dealing with creatures, that's a whole different story. You know how I feel about creatures.
Yeah.
I'll fight a person. If it's a serial killer, I'll throw hands. But if it's a creature, some sort of beast,
Or worse, hear me out here. You're fighting somebody, turns out to be the Thing.
okay,
How you gonna know?
that is true.
How you gonna know?
That is true. If it is the Thing
Mm-hmm.
from the movie The Thing,
Oh yes.
then I'm fucked either way. Well, halfway through the fight, I gotta leave.
Yeah.
I gotta leave the fight.
Yeah.
I forfeit
Yeah.
because I know what I'm fighting.
That's why it's like, in that situation, is it better to be in a group setting where you're like, who's who, who's what?
If it's a thing setting,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not good to be in a group.
Just kill all of them.
You got to.
You have to.
It sounds harsh, but you
It
got to.
sounds harsh.
It sounds
You
harsh.
like, you all gotta go.
But if I'm gonna tell you my worst nightmare right now. We're back to my nightmares again. We're back to my nightmares.
Okay.
So we had my nightmare about the ass-eating zombies.
We did. Rump roast.
Yeah, the rump roast. One of my fears, one of my other nightmares is that I'm camping with people in the woods, right? And we're camping, having a good time. Nightfall hits. And I have this reoccurring dream all the time where I open my tent. I open my fucking tent and I'm saying good night to the people that's with us. Like, not even just like a few yards over. And before they can unzip their tent and say goodnight, something grabs their fucking tent and snatches it up. And snatches that bitch up.
like a lunch sack. Just
Yeah, it's like picture a child, like a toddler, yanking something fast. I just see that in the darkness, yanking their tent into the darkness.
Jeez, what the fuck?
And every time in that dream, I'm so shocked. I'm just looking and I zip my fucking tent back up and I just lay the fuck down. And every time in that dream, the light in my tent is on and I just see the shadow of this creature circling around the tent and I'm just laying there. And then I wake up all the time. I just want to share that with
That's
you.
why you can't go, tent camping in the Appalachians. That's what fucking happens.
That's one of my fears going camping with people is that I'm gonna manifest that shit in real life and someone in their tent they don't get yanked out the tent. I'm talking about the whole fucking tent is yanked into the darkness.
The fucking beast from the rituals just keep walking around.
Man, I always have that nightmare. And I don't know where it came from. It's just, I'm just like, hey, good night, everybody. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. And that tent just yanks into the darkness.
How many times have you had that nightmare?
I've
How many
had
times?
I've had this nightmare about 4 to 6 times.
4 to 6 times?
4 to
You've
6
had
times.
this exact nightmare and it plays out pretty much the same way?
It plays out different every time.
Oh, shit.
It plays out different every time. The first time it happened is the one I told you. The second time is when it didn't get yanked into the air. The creature stuck its hand in the tent and just yanked the people out, and they just start fucking screaming.
I don't know if I can go camping with you. I don't know if it's safe.
That's why I don't.
Or I'm going to rent an RV.
That's why I haven't been camping in a long time. Because I just imagine I don't know what I would do in that situation.
I don't know either. I probably because my tent was just snatched into the fucking darkness
Could you?
by a possible man bat.
Like it's not a human either. It's just some sort of sick Wendigo beast just yanking people out the tents. Man, I shit you not. I wouldn't even know what to do. One part of the dream, I actually got out the tent and went looking for him. That was a bad idea.
That doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
I-
That sounds like another horror trope right there.
And I went I went to look for him one time in the dream, and I saw the beast in the trees, and he just jumped down and started chasing me. And I'm running in the dream, just barefoot in the woods. It's no music, no sound, and nothing. All I hear is just the breathing of the beast. I'm telling you, I'll be having some wild ass dreams.
Wild shit.
But I'd rather have that than running into Cthulhu. How you feel about Cthulhu?
Fucking Cthulhu. I ain't fucking. The ocean is scary enough as it is. The fact that we only know like just the smallest percentage of what's in the ocean.
Facts.
But it's like it's so much space.
We don't know nothing.
I don't need to know. I don't want to know.
I want to know.
Because if that shit's real and Cthulhu's just chilling down there, everything else is real.
Or
skinwalkers, wendigos, vampires, zombies, mummies,
mommies, dummy mommies,
fucking werewolves, fucking shapeshifters, fucking Gary Busey, all that shit's fucking real. And yeah, I don't even know that shit. I mean, the octopus is already a thing.
Yeah.
And that's close enough.
That's close enough to Cthulhu.
That's Cthulhu just sending out like little feelers like, hey, go fucking figure some shit out. Go do some reconnaissance for me because it's dark down here.
There's so much in the ocean that we just don't know. We don't know what type of monsters are lurking down there.
I think that's like the one thing that really gets me is just like if I were just like chilling in the open ocean, just floating. Nope. At any point, I can just look down and something's coming. Nope. Man.
I'll do lakes because lakes are
like an enclosed body.
You know where the lake ends.
Yeah.
If I'm in the open ocean,
no. Well, I guess it depends on the lake. Like, there's some chill lakes around here that we like to go to, but like, if it was Lake Placid and there's a fucking crocodile.
Oh yeah,
no. Like if there's that kind of wildlife just chilling, like if I don't want to dive down, swimming around, and come up and see it. Oh, there's like 3 grizzly bears over there.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be in that lake.
Yeah.
But like a chill lake where people are like, oh, this is where families go. Like, yeah, I'm a little more on board with that one.
I feel like
fuck that ocean.
They need to make more ocean horror movies that really play with the idea. Like that movie Underwater.
I turned that off.
Yeah?
The first time I watched it. Because I found it kind of boring.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hitting me right.
Yeah.
And I just turned it off. I made it like halfway through.
It's like
halfway and I just turned it off.
It's a guilty pleasure movie for me. I really like it, and I like at the end where they actually, show the Cthulhu-like monster that's down there. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I like that concept, and he was huge.
I'm glad I went back and I actually rewatched it, and I watched it from start to finish. I finished the whole thing because I really did enjoy the movie. I guess maybe I was just in a better mindset going into it the second time. And the whole Cthulhu thing at the end totally caught me off guard. Was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? That is
Cthulhu.
Yeah. I was like, and then like at the end when the shit's blown up and you see it like trying to scurry away, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I remember I was in the kitchen watching it. I'm like, is that fucking Cthulhu?
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
And
That was wild.
And the thing about Cthulhu is he doesn't really scare me. It's just his size. Cause he's just unrealistically big.
Oh, he's stupid big.
Like cartoonish big.
He's offensively large.
Yeah.
In size and stature. Like, why are you that big?
He's like the size of a goddamn building or more.
Like more.
Like
for sure.
If he was the size of like a bear, a moose, or even a boat, maybe a yacht, I wouldn't be that concerned. Like, I'd be concerned, don't get me wrong. I'd be like, that's some scary, ugly bitch.
Yeah, but he looks like he wears yachts as toe warmers.
Like, he's just ginormous. And that's just, I forgot the phobia it is of looking at large things. I don't know if that's the thing, but he's just scary big.
Yeah.
Like,
and the fact that like just the sight of him drives people insane.
Yeah.
Like, well, of course it does.
Of course it
does.
Look
at that motherfucking thing.
Look how big he is and horrifying.
The fact that would, if that showed up in front of you and you were just standing there in front of it, you'd fracture your fucking mind.
I'd kill myself. Like,
I don't even think I would know how.
Yeah, like he wouldn't need to use his powers to make me go crazy. I'd just take one look and be like, yep, this ain't it.
Nope.
This ain't it. I'm telling you.
I'm not fucking with that ocean shit in Cthulhu. Nah, I'm playing that game.
Cthulhu is a unworldly demon. But I do believe that there's a Cthulhu-like monster deeper somewhere in that Mariana Trench.
Yeah, he's down there with the Megalodon, I'm sure.
Just waiting, just sleeping.
Fucking stay down there.
Oh, yeah. There's something gonna happen, and they ain't gonna come to the surface real quick.
We better have Godzilla somewhere.
He gonna drag a boat down there.
Better wake his fucking ass up.
Could you imagine being in the open ocean and it's like let's say nighttime, and you just see another boat sailing, and you just like, hey, look, there's another boat out there, and you just see that shit just straight down. Just straight down.
No, I don't play that game. I don't fucking play that game at all.
Could you imagine that? Just in the middle of the ocean. You see the other boat, lights on, party, they having a good time. Yoink. Just yoink right to the bottom.
I would piss out of my asshole. And then I would shit through my tear ducts. Dick my eyes. What the fuck?
Look, see? I would even, it's like the tent in the woods being yanked into the darkness. It's just those situations where you're just so shocked. You don't even know what to do. You don't even know what to feel. You just like, you want to tell yourself that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But it did.
Yeah, that's a level of denial that I want to believe. But I'm like, but then I'm like, okay, do I turn my boat on and leave to try to get away from this? Or is that going to attract whatever happened? So then I don't want to make any noise and I just want to lay on the floor of the boat
in tears
and just make no noise
until sunup?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you right now, if I saw, even if I didn't see the boat get yanked down, if I just saw a creature emerge from the ocean and hug the boat back down into the water,
I don't even think I'd go to my bathtub after that. I wouldn't trust it.
I would never step in water again.
Nope.
I'd be traumatized.
Yeah. I wouldn't be taking baths. Nope. I was like, no, just maybe get a hose.
They'd just be like, what happened to Ned? Oh, Ned doesn't shower anymore. He just uses the hose. Why? after he saw some supposed beast yank down the boat.
He said he saw Nessie, and he's never been the same.
He's never been the same since. Oh, man.
Derailed there, but the tropes.
The truth is, Cthulhu is real. We just don't know it yet.
I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know that.
People will be like, oh, Cthulhu ain't real. We don't know what's down there. We don't know what's down there in the ocean. So you better get Pinocchio, put his head up your ass, and tell him to start lying like crazy. Because Cthulhu is real. And on that note, that was our PG-13 episode of Best Buddy Spookies, talking about horror tropes.
And Cthulhu
And
snuck his way in there.
And my reoccurring horrible dreams that I have.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could accept a camping invite from you.
I'm scared to go camping because I think I'm gonna manifest that in the real life, and it's just gonna be a random family who just camping next to us, and the next thing I know, they just yanked up, and I just hear that Goofy yell, "Help!"
Yep.
And they just yanked into the fucking woods.
If we camping, we're sharing a tent then. I'm not going in some motherfucking tent.
Yeah, you get yanked by that Wendigo.
Yanked.
And that was the episode of Best Buddy Spookies. That was the PG-13 episode. We hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for you to listen to the rated R episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's it.
That's it.
Follow us on goddamn Instagram, even though nobody really uses it. But follow us on there. Follow us on YouTube too.
Yeah, subscribe, like.
We're pretty thick. We're pretty funny.
We have moments.
Yeah, we got moments.
We got moments.
We're possessed by a lot of things. So subscribe to that goddamn YouTube. If you don't subscribe to that YouTube, next time you go camping, you gonna be yanked in your fucking tent too.
And then, of course, check us out on Spotify. Follow us.
Check us out on Spotify.
Listen to us.
Driving.
It's fucking not safe to watch this shit.
Listen to us as we whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
Yeah, use us as your nightly ASMR.
Oh, they could do that.
They could. I don't know how effective that would be for your sleep and what it would do to your dreams, because they're going to have camping nightmare dreams.
Side note, use us as your ASMR at nighttime. We guarantee you'll have great dreams. If you do not, I honestly don't know what to tell you, but I think you should do it. Money satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back.
You know what? Let us know if you want us to do an ASMR episode where we'll just whisper at a whole episode with the microphones really close.
Yeah, I'll whisper something real nice for you. I even call you something special like Pookie Bear or Simple Sugar.
Yeah, and I'll tell you to scream in that box.
On that note, episode is done.
That might have been the 900 episode. The 1-900 phone episode.
We promise we'll only scream in your box if you want us to.
Consensual.
Consensually, we'll scream in your box as loud or soft as you want. And on that note, we'll see you next time. We love you. Consensually.
Smooches.
Smooches. That was a good one. I really like the tone that you had when you said scream.